welcome to this week's episode of So You Want to Travel the World Q&A. And I have my friend Josh here with me, who's also a traveler.
Hi everybody.
You're moving to China in 30 days with your wife to teach English. I have not yet been to China, but that's why this guy's here. He was just there teaching English, so he has a lot to say.
Last year I taught English as well in China, northern China, in the province of Jilin, the city of Chongqing. So I was there for 5 months. I left in February, came back in July, and it was a fantastic experience. Really great country. I was working at a university, so it was a higher level. It wasn't young kids, so it was easier to teach, I found. I got the opportunity to travel to other parts of the country. It's a gigantic country.
What was your favorite place that you visited?
I really liked Beijing a lot. It had part of the old China mixed with the new modern China.
Oh.
So it was very interesting. Where I lived, it was a very old part. You got the communist Great Walls, and it looks like you're in the 1970s or 80s. Oh, I went to Beijing 3 times,
Yeah.
and I still wasn't able to see everything. There's a lot to see, and they did a lot for the Olympics in 2008, so they built a lot of interesting parks.
So if you're not teaching in Beijing, definitely visit there a few times.
Guangzhou was very nice. That's it in the south, right beside Hong Kong. I stayed there for a week.
What does it have to offer? What was the best thing that you saw or did or ate there?
I found from the north that it was a different culture. What was really cool is they serve tea everywhere you go. They have very good tea in that area.
What was the hardest part about teaching in China?
Well, I guess living in China, it's a pretty big culture shock. I mean, I guess this person's from...
I'm not sure where you're from.
Okay, well, if you're not from Asia, if you're from... it kind of feels like you're in a big Chinatown. People spit on the ground, and that's normal.
And you just kind of
I became a spitter. It was cool.
Are you still a spitter?
Sometimes.
This is getting X-rated here.
You got to accept their customs. It's different people, and you can't go there judging how people live. So I really tried to explore with different types of food, bugs, and ate some larvae. It was great. I actually ate more than the Chinese. They thought I was weird.
Huh.
Yeah. That was one of the good parts is the food. I thought it was fantastic. Be prepared to stand out. You're probably going to be the only person who looks different. So everybody's going to stare at you. You're going to be a movie star, which is fun. And then they start laughing at you, which is even more fun. But you'll really stand out, and you just have to embrace it. They're really friendly, nice people. They'll want to share everything with you. They won't let you pay for anything. Just really humble, nice, very good people. You might find that the older generations, they're not too fond of foreigners, but the younger generations are very much interested in...
That's interesting. Go on.
Yeah. Very interested in, the world outside of China.
Why do you think that elderly people in China aren't as fond of travelers?
I think, China was closed off for a long time, especially under the Mao regime.
Okay.
So I guess in the 70s they had the Cultural Revolution and really started to open up.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, these older generations have that mindset that was very closed off from Western society. I didn't really learn the language, although I did pick up a few words in the restaurant.
What'd you learn?
Fu Yan, which means
subtitle?
Waitress or waiter.
What is it again?
Waitress or waiter.
How do you say it?
Fu Yan.
Fu Yan.
Perfect.
Anybody who's Chinese out there, I hope I did a good job.
And it's actually it's an offense if you say it, because it's like, hey, waiter.
Fu Yan.
So in the northern or the older parts of the city, there's, I guess, less respect for people.
Okay. Such as waitresses, such as me.
Yeah.
A waitress sometimes.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part? Your absolute favorite part about China and teaching in China specifically?
Teaching was, I got to do my own curriculum, so that was great.
So you planned everything yourself?
Yeah, pretty,
wow.
Yeah, and...
What did that consist of?
Pretty much.
Movie time, guys, recess.
We did see the same movie 6 times, but... No, It was what I found really interesting because I kind of studied Chinese politics in school. Was I really wanted to challenge the students to think critically.
Yeah.
Because they're under this kind of shelter regime. It was great to explore different issues that aren't really touched in society. However, I would say be careful, particularly mentioning hotspots like Taiwan or North Korea.
Be careful for...
You don't want to get too politically engaged.
Okay. People get pretty intense.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Okay.
But at the same time, you know, there's an opportunity for dialogue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just know when to cut yourself off, basically. Don't push it too far.
Yeah, don't push it too far, and I wouldn't say take a stance.
Okay. So side with them in a way. It's like, I guess the freedom of speech isn't
So I tried to really
so free.
introduce topics
Okay.
and see, you know, how they felt about it.
That's nice. So it gave them, in that room, it gave them that freedom of speech that they don't necessarily have.
Right.
Thanks so much for watching. Thank you, Josh, so much for
Thanks
being
for
here
having me.
and giving your input, your travel input. Thanks again for all your wonderful questions. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment in the box below. You can tweet me on Twitter, Facebook, and don't forget to check out the new channel that we have, CNI WTF Daily Vlogs. Yes, that's right, daily vlogs. Not on this channel. The other channel.
Vlogs with
I'll
the
put the
V.
description, or I'll put the link to the channel in the comment or in the description box below. Bye, guys.